Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grim Dawn walkthrough. It is I, your host, Professor Reha, and now we are finally in Ultimate. Now, in Ultimate, the rules change a little bit in terms of quests, in terms of farming, pretty much everything. The way you've been playing up until now, you've been completing the quests to usually progress through the plot, and to some extent, you also have completed quests for the reputation and experience. In Ultimate, there's less of a need for the experience unless you're running a early Ultimate character, which is a completely different conversation and one that I'll have with my next character. But if you've been following along, of course, with your first character and you've been, progressing through this in a similar way, then your first order of business is really to try to get all the rest of the factions that aren't at Revered to Revered. Now, for Devil's Crossing, where are we at? Where is Devil's Crossing? There it is. For Devil's Crossing, we're about halfway through, so we're going to make extra sure that we are completing even the side quests. If you are one of those people who completed bounties beforehand on earlier difficulties expressly to get Devil's Crossing's rep up higher, then maybe you don't need to do this. If you have Revered with Devil's Crossing already, you don't need to worry about any of the side quests, in all honesty. Another thing you won't really need to worry about either is specifically really enemies. You'll notice how little experience these enemies, look how little experience I'm getting for these guys compared to what I need for leveling up. The only real reason you will need to kill enemies in Ultimate is primarily to acquire things. Usually, see, I'm all messed up for my other character. I've blitzed on 8 with my other character. My multiplayer character. Or one of my multiplayer characters. But anyways, back to the point. There's really no specific need to kill enemies unless you're looking for a specific piece of equipment that they might drop. A specific monster infrequent, I should be more specific about this. While obviously it is good to clear out a certain amount of the enemies so you can get through. By the way, these are also scaling up in level. I just thought I'd mention that. But while it is to some extent good to kill the enemies that block your way, and of course any heroes you encounter need to die, and any bosses that you encounter need to die, for example my boy here, other than that there's really no need to kill enemies. They're generally not going to be worth your time. So you're going to be pulling off an abnormally extreme blitz strategy where you're only going to be stopping and killing those enemies that potentially could drop something you need. Which is fine, and I'll see the the ethereal mutants, for example, they drop the mutant bludgeon, and of course we have the level 90 version of Barog's bloody arm, which is a good time. This is actually an unusual one. This is an unusually good one. And the reason why this is unusually good is because it already is increasing savagery, obviously. So you have the bleeding damage, you have the internal trauma. This is increasing chaos damage, and Bloody Pox is an occultist ability, so that really flows well there. So that is actually a bloody arm I will be looking to keep. I lucked out a lot with that one. That's fantastic. But overall, you're really not going to be paying too much attention to enemies. They generally aren't going to be worth it, again, unless you're looking for some specific thing. Another reason why enemies might be worth it is if you're trying to increase your reputation with a specific faction, in which case, yeah, kill those enemies. Obviously, eventually you will get enough experience to go up level, that goes without saying, but your main method of getting level ups in Ultimate at this stage of the game is going to be through quests. And there are only so many of those, which is why it's generally wise to only stop and kill those enemies that happen to be in your way. And if they're not directly in your way or visible and visibly easy to deal with, then it's really not going to be worth your time. So we're just going to run right up on here. Kill you guys. Another enemy that would be very worthwhile for me to kill will be Milton Heart. Because, again, his monster infrequent has a lot of boosts for soldiers, and if I get really lucky, then I can even maybe get a Milton's Casque with some kind of Arcanist keyword attached to it, which is possible, and would be amazing. But only time will tell. I wouldn't mind a Mutant Bludgeon with an Arcanist keyword attached to it somehow. That would be fantastic, as long as it wasn't Shattered Reality, because I don't do chaos damage. But the Barog's Bloody Arm is a great example. Really, what you're looking for with Monster Infrequents with a character is one of two things. Either the Monster Infrequent is already designed for a very specific class combination. For example, Barog's Bloody Arm is specifically designed for a Shaman Occultist combination, clearly. And you get a keyword that enhances either the damage types that those classes are doing, typically, or you get extra skill points in some other skill of theirs. For example, this Barog's Bloody Arm, as I stated earlier, increases chaos damage, and by a substantial amount, which is awesome. Furthermore, it gives plus 49% to all damage. This is great. Besides this, if this particular Bloody Arm had also increased, say, Eye of Dreeg as a random example, or possibly Brute Force as another random example, that would also have been good. It all depends on the keywords that your green Monster Infrequents are dropping with, and only the green ones can drop with this. So if you've ever heard the story, well, sometimes green is better than blue and purple, sometimes it can be. It really depends upon the individual Monster Infrequent and what keywords are attached to it. But you'll never really, at least from my several years of playing, I've never seen a stock green, what I call a stock green, things that aren't specific to monsters. I've never seen any of those be worth it. The only green things I've seen be worth it have been Monster Infrequents. So keep that in mind, that if you are going to equip a green item, it should be a very specific iteration of a Monster Infrequent, or at least a list of specific iterations. That Barog's Bloody Arm I picked up was pretty awesome. I did not get the Kizog's Skull, which is fine. But these boots, I don't do physical. I do at least Aether, but I don't do... My current boots do physical as well. I'm just going to go over here and grab the Aether Crystals, because as you know, I am Aether Crystal starved all the time. Even if I don't need Aether Crystals at the moment, they're so commonly used that it's just always of benefit to grab some. So we'll just blast our way through here. There we go. Just so we can take care of that. Yes. Good old, do I have the scrap I need? Nah, but I can pull some out. No, I don't wish to auto some more items. My mouse is acting up. So, yes. That is really what we're talking about here. So, this will be some experience. This will be some reputation. Fantastic. Let me see. Do I have the Aether Crystals on me that I need to complete that quest? Oh, they've been dropping Aether Shards. No, there's... Okay, I do have 5 Aether Crystals. There we go. That's fantastic. There we go. Excellent. And then we get another point we can slap right in here. And that's fantastic. I'm going to actually need to pull out some scrap, because I don't have enough on me. I need 5? 4 or 5. I think it's 5. Let me find out really quick. Well, first off, I want to actually store this Barog's Bloody Arm. This is a great drop. That's fantastic. And we'll throw all these in. I just threw my scrap in there. I didn't need to, but we'll just pull out the 5 anyways. It doesn't matter. There we go. There's my little dinosaur. Sell my stuff here. And off we go. And go ahead and give him this. Alright, now unlike most other difficulties, in Ultimate it doesn't matter what order you do this in. Normally, as you may have seen me do before, it was more important for you to go and kill off some of the future enemies that you would see. In this particular scenario, it's not so important. In Ultimate, it doesn't matter. The enemy's level scaling is so incredibly high that it does not matter. So we're just going to whack our way through here, because we really don't need... Actually, what I really should have done is gone the other way and used the secret, although that probably would not have dropped any legendary items, or even epic items, to be honest. So it doesn't really make a huge difference. This way it's a little faster, but with less stuff. Observe, actually. Hold on. I'm going to go through here really quick. I mean, it's not like the enemies pose a particularly large threat for the most part. Every once in a while they get Menhir's Will, but overall it's not that big of an issue. Come around here. And just to show you the quality of just secret drops here, you'll notice there's no legendaries. Although I will concede that this helmet is potentially good, especially considering my horrific Aether resistance, so we are actually going to equip that. So in a rare twist, despite the fact that I didn't get anything even remotely legendary, I am, interestingly enough, getting some really nice pieces of equipment here. I don't need the Vitality resistance, I need the Aether and Chaos more, so we won't be swapping those, but they would normally be good. So, with that being said, it would have been smarter for me to go around the other way. It would have been a little faster, I think. But it doesn't really make a huge difference. I mean, we've been here 10 minutes, we've already killed Kizog. And we're gonna kill Violoth in like another 4 minutes. I would say it'll take us less than 4 minutes to kill Violoth, really. We just need to get through Spiderlandia here and then go through all the Slith, really. If there's a totem, that'll slow us down a little bit, but not by that much. At this point, I'm only kicking these over for the money. Which is the only, like I said, that's going to be a really big problem if you full improv. My next character is going to be what I call a semi-improv, where I take a concept... Why am I not able to go through here? Are we having an issue? Alright. This typically will solve the issue, but we're going to rift back in. I can't get through that door for some reason. And we'll rift back in, let the door reset itself. There we go. If you ever have a problem with the door like that, just rift out, rift back in. It usually fixes the problem. I've never had it not fix the problem. So, just keep that in mind, if that ever occurs to you. I've had that occur very rarely. I didn't think it was going to happen this time either, to be honest. It's been a really long time since that's happened. I think it happened once last year. You usually remember glitches like that. I don't think it was that specific doorway, though. But I have had a problem with another doorway that I haven't had a problem with since. I'm pretty sure it was last year that we had this issue, but... And boom. And then here's, well, that's fine. I might actually get level up when I report the quest in. That'd be fairly nice. Finally hit level 90. Start hitting the really big time. Slith necklace, good. We can use that for free experience. Essentially speaking. Just take care of all of this. Okay. Almost worth it. If I did physical damage, that'd be great. But I don't. I'm currently doing elemental damage. Excellent, excellent. And do we have a totem here? Does not seem like it, no. Alright, so what we're going to do is go up this way. Another Slith necklace, good. That is excellent news. The less Slith I have to kill to find necklaces, the better. Ideally, you get your Slith necklaces just running through here and running through the natural parts of the area itself. Again, unless you've been working on the bounty tables, you probably have not gotten your Devil's Crossing rep to Revered yet either, so sailing right out there, bye. And then we're just going to pop right up over here. This is fantastic. Come on, son. Let's see what you got. Yeah? Yeah, let's see what else you got, huh? Nothing. You're not gonna kill me. You haven't even got Menhir's Will, although I did use a health potion one time for that. But... Oops, I missed. There we go. Go ahead, get Menhir's Will. You didn't even get the Menhir's Will. Never mind, I guess. Okay, none of that is useful. We don't need the shrine, obviously. We have all of the constellations we need. I may readjust those as I finesse my build, but nope, not near well. I still have to tell Bourbon that I've got all that done. And there we are. Fantastic, fantastic. Now from now on, I will not be receiving 2 points, I will be receiving 1 point, which is fine. This is perfectly fine. Now, we're just going to do a quick run through the area. There's only very specific things we need to do. This is ultra quick blitzing, really. Although I will be making a pit stop to kill a hero just because well, a boss, technically, just because I can. He's an optional boss. It's, what's his name? The poisonous spike dude that I ignored in Elite, but I killed him in Veteran to show you the area, to show you the difficulty in fighting him. Let's see if he's over here. He is. Okay, we lucked out. He's right here, so we don't have to wander too far for this. That's excellent news. Excellent news. Just wander on in here. The Putrid Den, that's what it's called. I never remember the name of this place. He's always in the bottom left, so that's why we're just going to go down here. There we go. Yes, it would be nice if you came up onto the land there, guy. You gonna cooperate here? There we go. Don't keep running back in there. You stay right here. Pusquill, that's his name, thank you. I had Overguard up and he's still got Menhir's Will, eh? Fair enough. That's because my poison acid resistance is only 57%. I have to play this one a bit smart. Whoop. There we go. Alright. Interesting. We took each other out, but that's fine. That works. The important thing is he died first, so... I guess it doesn't really make a difference, does it? That's just because my poison acid resistance wasn't as high as it should have been. I forgot to check it before I went in there. If I had, I would have just used my Venom Guard ointment. That would have been fine. I would have survived if I'd used that. I just totally forgot to check. Hello. Alright. So, we just killed him to see if we can get a Bernard's Chewed Buckler. We'll just go ahead and go through here. Make some of my experience back. There we go. Easy. There it is. The Impassable. This is really nice because, well, this isn't as nice as I was hoping it would be, honestly. Yeah, the block recovery is awesome, don't get me wrong, and if I did physical damage, that would be really nice as well, but overall, that's a rather unfortunate version. I'll probably just keep it because I don't have any kind of, good one of those at this particular moment in time, but yeah, that was a very unfortunate level drop. That was only level 70, so it's absolutely trash. So we're just going to go up here really quick, kill these bugs because, oh look, it's done in 2 seconds. Same with these idiots. And then you're going to breathe poison. Yeah, that is poison. For a second I thought it was going to be Aether for some reason. I think I'm thinking of someone else. There we go. Alright. Anything even remotely useful? Interesting boots, but I need the poison acid resistance, otherwise I'm just going to get absolutely decimated by pretty much anything that does poison acid. Go ahead and decimate this population here. What did I just pick up? Terrible shoes. We'll go ahead and kill these idiots really quick. Come on, there you go. And gone. We'll just travel up the main road. I think it's a little bit faster. We'll go ahead and grab this as well. What the heck? Oh, great. Fantastic gloves. Glad to have them. Actually, it would be smarter to go this way. Because we can pick up possibly another Slith necklace by going this way. Oh, there's a bunch of random heroes here, alright. Go ahead and activate Overguard really quick. Take them out one at a time. Always one at a time. Good, good. Minions will still up, so we're fine. They're not even going to get that. Good. The Mythical Chill Surge Ring. Interesting, interesting. Getting some decent items for other people, but not really much for me, which is okay, I guess. And then we're going to just waltz on over here. I was hoping for Slith. But here we go, Slith. Please give me a necklace. No? Oh, that's unfortunate. How about up over here? There's usually Slith here. Oh, there we go. Come on. That was disappointing. Was that increasing? No, okay. I was going to say, was that increasing a skill? Alright. I don't know what you think you're doing, but... just wipe out the local hound population, apparently. This is fun. Yeah, we're fine with that. Ah, here's the cave. Now, I'm only going in this because I need the experience. You probably will, too. Again, unless you've been absolutely just immersing yourself in bounties in Elite or Veteran. Which would be a little odd, but possible. If you're already level 100 for whatever reason, don't bother coming in here. There's really no point. I'm not even going to get the, really the reputation bonus here, because this is for rovers, yeah. And we just don't need rover rep at this point in time. We're not even going to go to the left there, it's just not worth it. Does not make a difference. I know technically they're Cronley Gang members, but at this particular point we're getting more reputation bonuses from completing the quest, and we'll of course get more from killing Cronley Gang heroes. The half-dozen guys that would have been over there weren't going to be worth the time for that little reputation points and experience. Just absolute waste of time. Now, at this point, I have, what, 2 Slith necklaces, unfortunately? I think it's only 2. Yeah. Took me a little while to find them in my inventory. Oh wait, more Slith. Please give me necklaces. There's a totem over there I might go for, since that's really our last hope of actually getting anything useful here. So we'll go and do that really quick. Totems are highly important. Bit of a long cut, but I'm actually just hoping to find more, it was actually worth it? Not really. I need the Aether and Chaos resistance. I'm actually hoping to find Slith here, which it doesn't look like I'm going to. I'm just going to find hounds. At this point, I'm going to go slightly out of my way to fight enemies. You'll notice that these enemies aren't specifically blocking my way, and despite the little amounts of experience that they give me, every little bit does count. I am trying to hit level 100 as quickly as possible here so I can tackle the optional bosses. If you're not as worried about that, then don't bother. Take things at your own pace. Ultimate is really where you can do things at whatever pace you want to do them. I might be blitzing this, but you don't necessarily have to. If you feel like you want to take your time, complete everything, go all over the place, you can absolutely do that. But me, I just don't see any point to necessarily spending a lot of time in these areas. I'm just mainly looking for that right there. There we go. What are these boots? They never have the resistances I need. Now there's the Yeah, I don't care about you guys. You guys are absolute trash. Overguard this right away. Here's Will, which is fine. Okay, we're gonna have a problem here, which we are going to have to take care of. Nope, nope. Let's not get stuck. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Somebody's healing them, that's what the problem here is. It's you, I think. There we go. Oh, it might be you too. Alright. Okay. You can lob those over the wall, which is deeply unfortunate. Holy cow. Put that over there. Get rid of you really quick. Come on. Alright. Alright. It's because of his poison and acid damage. I don't have enough resistance for this. Come on. There we go. I'm just gonna get rid of Stone Crusher really quick here. Nope, the poison damage. Oh, wait, I got him. Okay. Activate the Mirror Variac just for the immunity. Get rid of you. There we go. That's interesting. Alright. All kinds of very fascinating items, but you see the huge increase in quality there. Getting a lot of good stuff there. Alright. So that worked out extremely nicely. Wait, those pants. Pierce and Chaos. Okay, fair enough. There's potential with those pants. Depends on what else we pick up in the meantime. Alright, so that was our near-death experience of the evening, which is fantastic. The rest of this goes quite a bit faster, in all honesty. And we just clear this out. Alright, good. Round 2. Boom. Blam. Oh, got stuck on the rift. I don't know why, but my mouse occasionally gets sort of stuck on the rift where I click on it and it thinks it's an active rift, but it's really not. It's very odd. Okay, so now we're just going to blitz through this area really quick. This isn't even really an issue. There we go. Go over here, deliver the Slift necklaces just for the experience. Granted, it's not a whole lot, but it's better than killing your average enemy. Now, what we're going to do is really quickly kill the 2 heroes. Goodbye. Now, Milton's up here, which is nice, pretty nice. Go ahead and overguard, get some early hammers going here before we even fight him. There we go. Some zombie straggler back there. No dash attack for you, guy. Now, Milton takes a little while to kill because he has a self-heal, very similar in vein. I think it might actually be just Menhir's Will. I'm hoping for Milton's Casque. That'd be pretty sweet. You can see where I am wearing him down. Now that his Menier's Will has stopped working. I'm hoping to kill him before it activates again, but... Come on. There we go. I think I barely got it. Hey, there we go. Let's check this out. Alright, so we have physical damage, obviously. This is level 84, so it's not as high as I would like it to be. We do get fighting form attached there, so that's a freebie. This is still a pretty good version of this helmet. It's not the best I've seen. It's not quite as much as I was hoping for, in all honesty. It is still going to be something I'm going to equip just for that 61% Aether Resistance, which is just leaps and bounds higher than what I currently have. It has better armor. If I do go up, if I do wind up with a cold-focused build, I can actually work in some physical damage without any kind of issue there. So that would be really nice. That star, Aether Resistance, Elemental Damage, all damage, health. That's actually not bad. My bleeding resistance would suffer, so I need something to replace that bleeding resistance, but I could always slap some components on. That wouldn't necessarily be a huge problem. But yeah, I am going to temporarily equip the Milton's Casque. This is not likely going to be the final helmet that I equip, but for the time being it'll work until I can either find something better or what have you. There we go. Now that I'm healed up, I shouldn't really have any kind of problem with you. Yeah. Hello. Cyclone Mansell. Alright. I'm down for that, sure. Alright, now a couple of more stops before we move on to the Burwich outskirts. And we'll just take out these guys really quick, because they are actually in the way. Now, the main reason why you want to get rid of enemies that are in your way, regardless of whether or not you're looking for experience or rep or whatever, is because you really don't want them following you into a potentially dangerous fight. The aggro range on enemies in Ultimate is a decent bit higher than what you're used to. They will follow you for a distance you would probably be surprised by until you get used to the idea. That is really why you want to, if something notices you, even if you're not looking for the fight itself, you need to get rid of that problem before it becomes a potential issue. So now what we're going to go do is rescue, or not really rescue, but avenge Isaac. Grab his stash. Again, just primarily for the experience. It is another possible area to get some good loot, potentially good loot anyways. My shoulders are very outdated, so I am kind of hoping I get a decent Isaac Spalder drop there. That'd be very nice. So we'll see what happens in this particular direction. Slap you, there we go. I don't know why I bothered opening that up. Well, there's bits, so I suppose that's nice enough. Alright. And blast you, there we go, take care of that little problem. And up we climb. It's just fine, just fine. Alright. Take care of that problem. I was going to kill you in case you drop a nice occultist. Nope. I was hoping he was going to drop a nice occultist scepter, but he did not. Okay, there. I was wondering if they were going to spawn. They didn't last time I walked over there, so I was wondering if they just weren't going to this time, but yeah, here they are. Day late and $1 short, but they're here. There we go. Hello. Oh, wow, amazing. Alright, so we're just going to go on ahead and pop our way up here. Just eliminate this small problem over here. And then we just run on over. There we go. Perfect. We'll grab those bits on the way back. We're going to go that way to get to the rift anyways. Smack you all down. Excellent. Alright, what do we got? Trash. Perfect. Okay, we can just glitch over that rock, that's fine. Yum. Money, never a bad thing. Alright. Takes care of that little problem. Alright, very nice. Now you may notice that I'm actually tearing through a lot of these enemies very quickly despite the increase in difficulty. You may be thinking to yourself, well, you had more trouble with the Kimin's Chosen People, Professor, and you are absolutely correct. However, this is primarily because the Kimin's Chosen group, the Korvac people, they're relatively resistant to fire damage, which is about half my damage, roughly. Yes, I do have some cold and lightning damage in the elemental side of my damage output, and I have Aether, of course, but a decent amount, well, they're kind of resistant to lightning anyways, so that's equally as useless to me. But the overall point here is that they were moderately resistant to a lot of my damage types, or extremely resistant to my damage types, which of course you really don't want to see. Now I am going to end the episode here, mostly because of time issues. I don't have a lot of time tonight to record. I have to work tomorrow, so I will be sleeping at a normal time. So unfortunately, because of other responsibilities, I didn't have as much time tonight. But I did at least want to introduce Ultimate and how it roughly is going to work for everyone involved. Oops. Ahead of time, so you could see at least some indication of how this is going to look in the future. So that way, there's no like surprises or anything like that. You'll know, roughly speaking, what you can expect from, the future episodes. Tomorrow night I'll have more time. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what we're really talking about here is, I'm gonna complete a lot of the Devil's Crossing quests, primarily for reputation. You'll notice that we are doing a little better here. Now, will I get all the way to Revered in Ultimate? From the looks of things, probably not. I will, of course, be completing as many Devil's Crossing quests as possible, which they last all the way up to, technically Homestead, but Cronley's Gang is the more practical limit of where you get consistent Devil's Crossing reputation. But I'm not going to start taking bounties until I've gotten to Homestead and killed the queen, the Dermapteran queen, because once she dies, then the guy in Homestead, as you know, will reward you with more experience and some Devil's Crossing rep and some Homestead rep. Now, besides that, we will also be doing a lot of the quests for the Black... Oh no, we're already honored. Yeah, we're honored with the Black Legion, so we'll be completing some of their quests, but quite frankly, just going through the normal amount of the game is fine anyways. Just probably doing the... I'll probably do the Black Legion crests from the Blood Grove, and that will probably be all I need there. Unless, of course, the killing the Ethereal Amalgamation counts, which it may, in which case I won't even need to do that. But a lot of the Black Legion stuff we can outright ignore. The entirety of the... Unless you're looking to farm something from one of the bosses there, the entirety of the Pine Barrens is something you can safely ignore. Because, again, if you've been following along in a similar style to how I've been playing this first character, the Pine Barrens, Tyrant's Hold, the Jagged Wastes, you can ignore that whole area unless you really need the experience or the Black Legion rep points. It's up to you. You have to make that decision yourself, but you don't necessarily need it. I would say one quest you do need to do is the Necromancer's quest, killing the 3 oligarchs in the Arcovian Undercity, because at the end of that, and at the end of the one where you're killing Zarthisolan, I think his name is, you get a free skeleton key, which is, of course, always appreciated. Any quest that rewards you with a skeleton key, you probably should do just for this free skeleton key. That just saves up on resources and gets you free experience. Unless you really don't need the experience, or you're so overwhelmingly full of resources that you can just build dozens of keys, it's generally a good idea. So up until about Homestead, I suspect I'll probably be dealing with a consistent amount of the quests. The rover quests I will probably do simply because they're really easy to do on your way through. Even getting to the Elder is a matter of mere minutes away from the barricade you have to dynamite. I just won't go into the mine to kill the hero there because I won't need to. Although that probably would be a good idea for extra Devil's Crossing reputation if I don't think I'm going to make it. So yeah, that's really what we're talking about here, and then once you get to Homestead, it's at that point a matter of you can ignore as much of the Blood Grove as you feel you can afford to. Again, that depends on your experience level at that time. There's not really any kind of reputation that happens. There is a Coven reputation for saving the Witch. It doesn't really make a huge difference in Ultimate, unless, again, you need that Coven's Refuge rep. Then it's a different story altogether. Blast through here, blast through here, blast through everything. You just kind of... once you get to the Blood Grove, you basically just have only the... You can ignore... I'm going to ignore the Kimmon's Chosen quests, because I have max rep with them, and frankly, resource-wise, they're rather expensive, because you have to give them the Chthonic Sigils, and it's just... It's very expensive. I usually skip their quests. I'm level 90 currently. I haven't even killed Krieg yet. By the time I get to Krieg and kill him, I will definitely be 91. I could possibly be 92. It really depends. But Krieg will be dead. I'll be 91. I expect I'll be 92 or 3, probably 93 by the time I'm done with Cronley. By the time I get to Homestead, I'll be 90. I expect I'll be 95, really. So, by the time I'm done with the Rotting Croplands, 96, possibly. Definitely 96 by the time I'm done with the Blood Grove. And then 97 by the time I get to the end game here. I'll be 97 by Bastion of Chaos. By the time I probably will be level 100 by the time I'm done with Malmoth, honestly. And I will be doing Malmoth just because, again, we do need the Malmoth Resistance rep. Now, clearly, Ethereal Vanguards have been dying in droves, which is nice. I can't quite remember all of what constitutes Ethereal Vanguards, but with the increase in difficulty comes the increase in quality of enemies, as you first off noticed, and second off should be obvious. But some of this increase in quality enemies means more Ethereal Vanguards spawn here in the main campaign than you're probably used to seeing. For example, the Ethereal Giants are considered Ethereal Vanguard, if I'm not mistaken. So you get rep for them, and heroes from them, of course. This is another reason why targeting totems and going out of your way for totems is great. This is something I didn't talk about when I was doing that totem earlier, but it does bear mentioning that the heroes that totem can spawn can be anyone. So you can absolutely just get some random some random heroes that help increase your reputation with a specific faction. Now, I will be doing the Path of the Three quest at some point, because that gets me rep with the 2 remaining cults that I don't have it revered yet. I will be doing a certain amount of the Forgotten Gods quests. Will I need to complete the entirety of the Forgotten Gods campaign? Probably not. But it's open if I need to. But really, at Ultimate, you don't need to progress through the plot except as far as you need to for items, for farming. Once you kill Krieg, really, there's no point in progressing farther if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. Now, again, you do want to be level 100. You could just blast through the Shattered Realm from Krieg onwards and just ignore all the quests. That's fine. You can do that. But for your first character, I strongly recommend at least having ready access to timid at the end there, or at least ready access to the bosses of that area, because you might want to farm monster infrequents from them, possibly. So for your first character in Ultimate, I would recommend at least having access to everywhere, so that way you can sit down, say, hey, I want to build around some specific monster infrequent, and you can go and do that. You can just farm that particular guy, you just kill them once, exit out of the game, come back in, kill him again, and just absolutely have a fantastic time with that. And of course, I haven't even factored in, and this is something I'll talk about in the next few episodes, the secret quests. That's a whole thing. You don't need to worry about it now. I'm not going to bring up the secret quests seriously until after Krieg is dead, because that's really when you actually will need to start thinking about them. So don't worry about that for now. But you need to at least kill Krieg on Ultimate. And for your first character, I do strongly recommend your first character at least having access to everywhere. And then any character after that you care to grind to a level 100, you can do whatever you want with them. You can go as far as you do or do not want, that's fine. But for your first character, they really should be able to access as many monster infrequents as possible, and then once you're done with your first character, they really should become your farming character, technically speaking. At least your first farming character. That may require some adjustment, that's fine. As a farming character, they will eventually become absolutely wealthy. Now, you'll notice that currently I have 304,000. That's because I've been killing enemies. I've been actually, kicking over stuff. I didn't sell my Slith ring here, but, there's all kinds of things. Also notice that I did not get a Viloth ring drop, which was unfortunate, but that's how it is. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of saving up, because I don't believe I've gotten a character back up high enough to buy these. I have not, yeah. So it would be really nice to get the reputation I need to be able to buy these 2 blueprints, buy the mandate for my next character, which is a great old time. Notice, by the way, that this increases it by 50%, but this increases it by 150. You're just supposed to pass this off. This is to allow you to play a character in Ultimate specifically and have a decent chance of getting to Revered just with that. That's a whole different conversation. So, ultimately, yeah, that's where we're coming from. But next episode, we're going to get to Krieg. We're going to deal with Krieg and, start prepping for, or trying to get the Devil's Crossing to Revered, and seeing what we're going to do after that. So thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, anything at all, please leave it down in the comments below. I do read them. And as always, have a great 24 hours.